Hey guys, my name is RC, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at some of the best Valkyrie camera spots. We're going to be taking a look at the maps that are currently in the competitive map pool in Operation High Caliber. So those would be Chalet, Clubhouse, Coastline, Bank, Kafe, Oregon, and Villa. If you are only interested in one map in particular, I have included chapters in this video, so feel free to scroll around. One thing that I would like to mention before we start is that these cameras are all indoors, so when the upcoming nerf to Valkyrie gets pushed to the live servers, all of these spots will still be viable. But without any further ado, let's get straight into the video, starting with Chalet. In Solarium, a very simple but effective spot is right here. This camera is easy to spot, but the attackers never look in that general direction, so the camera is completely safe and it provides a lot of information. The only bad thing about the spot is that you cannot see the stairs. Go to the dining room and shoot open this part of the ceiling in the southwest corner of the room and throw the camera. This camera will stick underneath a cupboard in office and it's impossible for the attackers to see. There is another similar camera spot but for fireplace. To do it, go to the wine cellar and shoot open this part of the ceiling and throw. If you don't like that spot for fireplace, you can place a camera by this light over here. I personally like to place it sideways because I feel like it gives a better view. With this spot you can see fireplace obviously and the main stairs, and it's difficult for the attackers to spot. A very easy spot for blue is right here on these steps. This camera is in the open, however the enemies never look in this direction anyway and you have a crystal clear view. Another camera for blue is right here behind this bird statue. This camera is hidden from the attackers walking down the stairs, but you can see their feet, and as I continue to walk down they will be more concerned about the thought of one of your teammates picking the hallway, so they will have their backs facing the camera and this spot goes unchecked. Moving over onto Clubhouse, in construction, place a camera beneath this floodlight like this. It provides a really good view, and because the light is so bright, it's very difficult to spot. In lounge, shoot the ceiling open directly above this door and throw. The camera will stick underneath the cupboard and it gives you a very clear view of CCTV. If needed, this can also watch the lounge door. You can also do the same thing for cash. This time, however, you need to go to stock and do the same thing. Shoot the ceiling open and around this spot. These two cameras are perfect when defending the CCTV and cash room objective because you can get a lot of information from them and they are very difficult to spot. In the bar, place the camera underneath this table on the left, behind the barrel, as far back as you can. This can be tricky to get right, so it might take a couple of tries, but when you do get it right, this spot will give you vision on the hatch and anyone going up or down the main stairs. In the dirt tunnel, I like to place a camera behind these metal sheets which give you a very clear view of anyone walking by and it will most likely go unnoticed. To watch blue, I like to place a camera over here. This camera is a little easier to spot, but it provides really good vision, and because it's a high traffic area, it can potentially win you rounds. Moving over onto Coastline, starting with my personal favorite spot, go to the blue bar and open this part of the ceiling and throw. This camera will stick underneath the pool table and it's very difficult to spot, but more importantly, it gives you vision on the default plant spot, making it very easy to play with a C4 underneath. This one is very common, but for the theater hallway, a really good camera is right here by these boxes. This spot gives you clear vision of the hallway, but like I said, it is very common, so it gets checked quite a bit and it's also quite visible. If you do not like that spot or it gets discovered, another spot for the same hallway that is less common and less visible is a little bit further to the right over here. However, when throwing it, make sure that you are not placing it too high up and not too far to the right. It will take some practice to get it right, but once you do, with this camera, you will be able to see anyone's feet walking up the main stairs, the top of main stairs, as well as anyone walking through the luggage door. In Hall of Fame, throw a camera inside this drone hole. It will give you vision on anyone peeking into penthouse. It's very straightforward, just try not to throw it too high. Another straightforward one is right here in service entrance. Shoot these boxes and place it here. It usually goes unchecked and you'll be able to see anyone pushing in. Last but not least, in Sunrise, go to the counter, place the bottom tip of your crosshair on top of this platform on the ceiling like this and throw. Sunrise is a really high traffic area and this camera will give you vision on anyone walking by and is very well hidden. Next up, moving over onto Bank, starting with a pretty common one, place one right here outside of stock. It gives you some good information for the hallway, but like I said, it's quite common, so it gets checked quite a bit. Head on over to the loan office, which is that small room at the back of main lobby. Tuck yourself in this corner between the couch and this plant. Lean left, aim at the bottom right corner of the square on the ceiling and throw. This camera will land on top of this pillar and is basically impossible to spot. You'll be able to see the whole of main lobby and is perfect when defending upstairs. A good camera for bottom square is right here beneath this railing behind the plant. This is perfect for when you have a teammate playing with a shotgun on blue stairs because you have clear vision on the door, so you will be able to call out when they will be pushing and stuff like that. Speaking of blue stairs, a good spot to watch this area is right here on the left of these fire extinguishers. Anyone walking up the stairs will be able to see the camera clear as day, but when the attackers are walking down the stairs, they will usually walk right by this because it is hidden behind the box. For a garage, you want to throw the camera inside this black car over here at the back. With this camera, you will be able to see a huge chunk of garage and it's really well hidden from any attackers walking in. Before we move on to the next map, I would like to ask you guys the question of the day, which is, what do you think of the upcoming nerf to Valkyrie's cameras? Let me know in the comments below. And also, just as a reminder that if you are liking the video so far and you're finding it helpful, subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. It really helps to push it through the algorithm, but without any further ado, let's get straight back to the video. Moving over to Kafe, go underneath the new hatch balcony and walk up to the right of this table, get rid of this chair over here, break open the ceiling directly above and throw. This camera will stick underneath this chair and it will give you vision onto heaven as well as all the way to piano, and it's very unlikely that it will get noticed. If you are short on time and need to place a camera here quickly, another alternative to this spot is right here under this table. This camera is more common and more visible, and unfortunately you won't be able to see all the way into piano, but it is a good camera if you just don't have the time for the other one. A good camera to watch pillar is right here under this table. This one can be seen from the hallway when it's being used, but overall it's a really good spot to keep an eye on this area. If you need to watch the reading door, a good spot is behind this Christmas tree. Shoot the presents and the teddy bear and place the camera right here. This won't give the best view, but if you need to watch the door, this will do the job just fine. Downstairs, you can walk over to these tables and throw a camera over here. This camera will give you vision of the hallway all the way to wedding, and you can also place this camera underneath this table in wedding, which will give you a very similar view, but obviously it will be from the other side. For bakery, there is a very common spot up here, which is really good. It's very hidden, but the issue is that it's extremely common and people look out for it. A really good alternative to this spot is right here underneath this table. You won't get to see as much, but it's still extremely good and will go unnoticed the majority of the time. Next, moving on to Oregon. In bedroom, shoot open the two bottom drawers right here and throw one inside. You will be able to see people's feet as they walk by, but the broken doors might give it away. An alternative to that spot, which is even better in my opinion, is right here on this lamp. Just walk up to it, crouch, aim right here, and throw. Just like the other camera in bedroom, you will be able to see people's feet as they walk by, but this is much harder to spot. If you need to watch attic, a really simple one is right here. I'm not going to explain this, it's pretty straightforward. It provides a really good view and it does not get checked all that much. Another straightforward one is right here in small tower. Just toss a camera in this little corner. Really simple, really easy. It is quite common, but it gets the job done. In freezer, a really good spot is right here underneath the sink. You won't be able to see too much with this, but if anyone is walking through a freezer, you will at least know. At the bottom of main stairs, you can throw a camera at these shelves at around this spot. This will give you vision on anyone walking down the stairs and pushing into sight, and the camera is completely hidden from view. In blue bunker, we have another simple and straightforward one. Just throw a camera in this corner. The spot is so dark that it makes it very difficult to see when it's not being used, and it gives you clear vision of the blue bunker. And last but not least, moving over onto villa, a really good cam for bedroom can be thrown from here in laundry. Just shoot open the ceiling at around this spot and throw. The camera will stick underneath the bed, giving you really good information in such a high traffic area, and it's basically impossible to spot. For landing, a very simple camera is right here underneath this bench. It's not the most hidden camera out there, but you can see landing and the hallway all the way to 90. A good camera for Astro is right here on the tip of the telescope. There's not too much to say about the spot. You can see the whole of Astro, and when looking at it when it's not being used, it looks like it's part of the map. If you need to keep an eye on the living room door, go upstairs stairs to statuary and throw a cam at this plant pot. Nobody looks up here and you can see the living room door very clearly. If you need to watch China, place a camera right here in this little corner on the right. Again, I don't think I need to explain this too much. You'll be able to see anyone pushing through China, and this spot usually goes unchecked, so it's unlikely that it will get shot. And those were all the camera spots I had for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you all so much for your support. We are almost at 400 subscribers and I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe for more content in the future. But with that said, thank you all so much for watching, have a nice day, and I will catch you on the next one.